Hey, this is Rob Zombie. You're watching Fuse on Demand. Get it when you want it.
I was D. Schneider one year when I was little. That was pretty awesome. But from now on, honestly, every year from now on out, I'm going as Manny Ramirez just because all I have to do is put the blue bandana with a B on it and my jersey, and I'm done.
I had spent 2 weeks crafting my Quiet Riot Mental Health mask. I made it out of cardboard and tinfoil, and I was so excited.
I had a Superman costume as a little kid, and my father took me out. After trick-or-treating, we went to a haunted house, and he had this green zombie mask, like with blue hair. So I was wearing this Superman costume and then this green monster mask.
I went as the Belrog one year in 3rd grade, and no one knew what I was from Lord of the Rings.
That is a very
no one
difficult
knew.
costume.
Like, I'm the
to pull
Belrog.
off.
They're like, what?
On the Behemoth tour on Halloween, Behemoth let Brent wear all of their gauntlets and everything, and they painted him up. Like, they made him look like a skull with a beard, and they didn't tell him, but they drew like a heart on the back of his head with like an arrow through it.
Last Halloween we played with Cattle Decapitation at the Soma in San Diego.
Yeah, it was nuts.
They were Mormons for Halloween.
They rode out on bikes and everything.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
My friend Stash, he's a tattoo artist in Oakland. He went as Ziggy Stardust, and he's already like 6'6". So he was like the tallest man you've ever seen in like total, like, you know, the Ziggy Stardust outfit, and he had elevator boots, and like, it was so ridiculous.
We're in Vegas, right? And I remember, well, back then we were, with another label and stuff, and this dude from the label just, showed up, and we're like, okay, he dressed up as Tommy Lee, and I dressed up as Vince Neil, I had like lipstick and this like red, kind of ripped shirt and like a fishnet thing, and had my hair like, jacked up and everything. And all these old people just like, they were walking by and they were like, they must be in a rock band or something.
Nate had a pretty sweet costume when he had short hair. He dressed up as Bill Dotrieve from King of the Hill.
I shaved a bald spot in my hair and left all the other around, and wore a wife beater. And just to be a complete character, I didn't change it for the whole Halloween weekend, which would be like Thursday through Sunday. And it had pizza stains and beer and vomit and everything else on it.
Last Halloween, played New York City and dressed up and got bobbleheads. I don't know if you can check it out on YouTube.
I saw people dressed up as Tetris pieces, and I was cracking up. I thought it was really funny. They were even coming together and pretty well.
That's cool.
Yeah, Tetris pieces. I thought he was Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I was Indiana Jones, and
you get pulled over.
I got pulled over for some sort of erratic driving, and I had an Indiana Jones costume on, and the cop comes up and he shines a light on me and he goes, "How much have you had to drink tonight?" And I said, "I don't drink." And he goes, "Really? Well, you're swerving all over the road." And I was like, "Yeah, that was probably just my bad driving." And then, he's giving me the test or whatever, and he's looking in, and I've got the whip.
Oh, boy.
And so he just sees
Concealed
this,
weapon number one.
He just sees this thing sticking out, and he goes, "What is that?" And I go, "That's the whip from my Indiana Jones costume." I was like 27 years old, and he let me go, and he goes, "All right, man, we'll try to drive better, get home."
Drive better, Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
I dressed as Raiden from Mortal Kombat when I was 10.
My Halloween always consisted of going to the Chiller Theater convention, and it was just nothing but killer costumes and all of that evil goodies for Halloween.
We dressed up all as pro wrestlers one year. This is like about 5 or 6 years ago. And I was Macho Man, Randy Savage. You were what?
Dude Love.
Dude Love. We had the Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, $1 Million Man, Mr. Fushi.
All our friends, everyone just had
like 15 dudes, and we would just go to a party and then just break out wrestling. Like
taking
I was doing
chairs,
elbow drops,
throwing them like
off the top, and we had a belt that said the Ultimate Dude, and we all like fought over the belt all night.
Like seriously fought. Like in clubs, people were kicking us out of clubs.
I had it early in the night, and then $1 Million Man shoved money in my mouth, and I was in the full Nelson, and like I couldn't get out. But I got it back later that night, and I was doing like belt sweeps at people's like shins.
I walk at this party, I see people fly through the screen door wrestling, like beating the out of each other.
And at the end of the night, I don't know, I was getting kind of drunk, so instead of like fake wrestling, I ended up body slamming my friend who was Ric Flair on the sidewalk, and I got the belt, but I guess I kind of hurt him.
It was like ECW, but a lot drunker.
Yeah.
With costumes.
People around town in Athens, Ohio, where we live, would dress up as a band and play a cover set, an entire cover set of songs. And we did, one year we had Guns N' Roses, and Nate was Axl, and I was Slash. We did Motorhead, and Nate glued pieces of sausage from pizza to his face, and he was Lemmy.
In college, 4 of us dressed up as Ghostbusters. We had the jumpsuits, we made proton packs, we had a little ghost catch thing, and we had those glow sticks inside of it, so in the dark it was all light shining out of it. We won a costume at a frat party that we showed up to. That was my best costume ever. I spent like $100 to make a stupid costume for one night.
Static guy dressing up as Stewie from Family Guy.
Yeah, that's right. He came on stage in a full, like, Stewie costume that obviously cost a lot more money than the joke was worth, but it was pretty amazing.
I dressed up like a barbarian once when I was a kid. I made the costume, I cut out all these little circles out of this cardboard, and I sewed them together, and I spray painted it silver to make like the armor and everything like that, and made a sword. It was pretty cool after it was done.
I got these little underwear, and I cut a hole in it, and I stuck this massive dildo out, and got a cape and a white mask and wrote Boner Man on the front. And I'd be walking around all night and nobody would know what the hell I was doing until they looked down and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? So I shocked a couple people that night.
All around the world, people are documenting a phenomenon. Sightings of fuse all across the globe. From the Moroccan desert to the shores of Loch Ness and the beaches of Jamaica. A new encounter each week. Fuse Excellent Adventure premieres October 7th, 11:30, 10:30 Central. Fuse. Get your music on.